I am Nitish Kumar from DBA Solution Center, and I am working as a Oracle DBA from last 9 years in IT industry. I am starting a series of Oracle DBA tutorials in which I am going to cover basic to basic things for Oracle freshers so that they will start working as Oracle DBA, or they will start looking as a Oracle DBA line in their career. So basically, Oracle database is a relation database model. So in this video, I am going to give you information about database objects, basic information about database objects, like database information, like database name, running state, like somebody is new to the database field, in which database he is working or she is working, database is working in which state, it's a read-only mode or a read-write mode. And after that, I'm going to give you table space information, like in which table space you are working, name of the data files associated with that table space, basic, particularly size of the data files, user and schema information, name of the users, the status of those users, then objects information like list number of tables in the database, number of tables in a particular user. So I am trying to cover as much as possible in this video. The other part I will cover in the next video. So I now we come to the SQL prompt. Right now we are inside SQL prompt and using 11G version for giving practical examples. Whenever we come inside SQL plus prompt, the good habit is that you can set time on basically there. Set time on function will start giving time to the SQL plus query commands. Like whenever you are firing a query, it will give the time when you are firing that query. So it will helpful in the time duration, it will giving you the results, or when later on you want to know the at what time you have fired that query. Okay, so when we are inside SQL plus prompt, we first need to check out that in which database we are working. So for this purpose we need to fire command define. Here we are working in ORCL database as a sys user, as sys DBA privilege inside 11G Enterprise Edition. We can also check the name of the DB with other SQL command as well, like select name from $v database. You can easily see that we are inside ORCL database. And if we want to know the mode of the DB, then we can use open underscore mode column. Here you can see that we are inside ORCL database in read write mode we are working. So the question arises that like we are inside SQL plus prompt, what is the need of firing name of the DB or something like that when we are working as a DBA? Basically, when we are working as a DBA, we are working on servers. It is not necessary that there is only one DB in that server. So there are number of DBs inside that server, or one or two, three databases are there. So to make sure that the activities of firing we are, or commands we are firing inside a particular right database in which we need to fire. Okay, and the second thing is that when we come inside database, we are working in the table spaces basically. Table spaces are basically logical things. They are not physical. Inside table spaces, there are data files which are as a physical, you can say. But in later part, I will told you that those are also those their part is also somewhat logical to and somewhat physical. But right now you can understand that table spaces are logical things and data files inside the table space names are physical ones. And data files are like basically files files with particular size which we are giving to that file names. When we are creating a new DB from starting, or we are creating databases for our practice or to showing to something or work or doing some practice on database, it will automatically create some table spaces in the setup. If we want to know the table space name inside particular database, then we need to use the table name DBA table spaces. Here you can see that I have described the table name DBA table spaces. What is DESC? Basically, if you want to know the name of the column, data type of the columns inside a particular table, then you can use describe keyword and then table name. After that, you can easily see that column names inside that table, because it is not necessary that we are always remember column names inside that table, so it will help us as well. So here we want to know the table spaces name inside this particular DB, then we are going to use the query. Here you can see that I have filed the query select table space name from DBA table spaces. So here the result is 6 table spaces have been came here. Type of table spaces and something like that I will told you in the later part of the video or in the next video. So as I told you, table spaces are logical part. So data files inside the table spaces are physical things which resides on the disk of the server or local system on which you are working. If we want to know the file names of particular table space name, then we need to file the query select. For that purpose, we need to query table name DESC describe DBA data files. And from this table, we can know that file names inside particular table space name. Select file name. I am also going to use bytes column here. It will give you the size of the files here. I am dividing it with 1024 two times to get the result in the MB. I need to know the size and name of the data file of table space name users. So I'm putting the condition here users. You can see that there is only one data file associated with users table space with size of MB, but the result is not in the correct form. It is bifurcated on the screen. So if we want to make it proper in the screen, we are going to use some good things which will help you in the future. We need to set the column size on the screen. For this, syntax is col for col, then column name here, file name, set 4 is a keyword once again, A20. A20 is just a size here. Then col, no need to mention size for the bytes. First of all, I will show you the results after that query. After setting file name to 820. Here you see that it has some change in the output result. But data file name still is not coming in the one line. So I'm going to set file name for A35 here. I'm increasing the size of that column. Still it needs some improvement here. Now you see that it has big improvement from first time we got the result. You can see I have set column file name for A20, then 35, then 40 to make it properly in the screen. Okay. So if we want to know the file name of each table space in this database, then we are eliminating the condition here. You can see there are six particular. Here is the confusion that data files are associated with which table space. So here I am putting table space name column with in the query so that it will show you the table space name and its associated file name. Now the result is also not in good format. So I am going to set table space name for A35. It's just an idea that how much we have to set. Here is in some better format than initial result. You can set it after trying it each number like 850, 830 or something like that. Okay, but I'm not going to give some time on this particular example to give you that how we set column format basically there to find out the good results there. I will show you through the first example here how we are formatting the result here. Here you can see. So sometime what happen, like here are six table spaces in this database, and we are writing the query one again and again. For that purpose, I am giving you one shortcut to find out that one. You can use one query type. Here I am changing something in the first query. Here I am putting ampersand sign before users. Now after placing ampersand, users table space name is just a keyword here. Is a normal word now. It's not pointing to particular users here. It will ask you for the table space now. Table space name. You can see enter value for users. So it is basically asking for table space name for which you want the result. So you can write users. It will give you the result. Basically here we need to use a table space name. It will give you the better idea. Here it is asking for table space name. Here I have put system table space name. So you can use the same query again and again to find out the different results here. No need to type the query again and again and using table space name there. Just put ampersand sign in the value. It will work as a dynamically basically. And now if you want to make it as a script and to call, then you can save this line, this command inside a notepad or something like that, and call it with @ sign. It will just start asking you enter value for table space name. I will show you. I have saved it as a tablespace.sql. Now go to the SQL plus prompt. Now we are going to call this file table space dot SQL. It is showing unable to open file. So we are not writing proper address where we have stored that file. So I am using now right address here. I am calling this file. See, it is asking for tablespace name. After placing proper location of that file, it is asking for tablespace name. Just asking for tablespace name, you want information. We want to get information about user's tablespace. It will show you the result. Now we are going to fire it again. Now you can place different tablespace name here. It's a system. It will give you the results. So my main point of view to tell you these things, that how we work in the database, start working in the database basically. Smart things we are using in the DB basically. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you.